Hey folks, this is Appalachian Navy again. I'm here with Greg. We're up in Curtis Creek. I've done a couple of videos up here already, but this gentleman's house is right by what kind of church is it?
It's Helene Christian Church.
Helene Christian Church.
Yeah.
And so tell us about what you were telling me a minute ago about, the day of the flooding and what was going on.
Well, I actually over the facilities at Lee's McRae College. So we watched the weather. We knew it was going to be a bad storm, and I had gotten up early at 5:30 to go in and check things at work because I intended on being home during the bad part of the storm, which was supposed to have been about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And I made it just a few miles up the road, and I've been here my entire life, and I can't say I'd ever seen the river moving that fast, and at that point it wasn't even very high yet. And so I came back home, we got the family up, and took them up the road to some of my wife's family's house. And my wife and I came back down to grab a few things out of the house, and in the next 20 minutes we couldn't even get back up the road. And then by 7:30, 8 o'clock, the water here was already higher than had ever been in my lifetime and even my grandparents' lifetime. I mean, this property's been in the family since the late 1800s. They were here in the 14 flood. They was here in the 40 flood, Hugo, Ivan, and water had never touched this house or the property like it did. And then so by the time the bad part of the storm got here, it's just everything was swallowed. It's unbelievable.
And you said your family's was right there.
Oh yeah, that was my great-grandfather's cellar, which was a full block building, and it dates back to about 1870. And we watched it pop up in one piece and take down the driveway at like 40 miles an hour. So I'm not sure where it broke up at.
So are you getting any kind of assistance? Or?
We're still. FEMA got out, I don't know, 30 days ago at this point, and they kept saying 7 to 10 days. Now they're saying call back in 60 days. We had State Farm insurance, and our policy even covers hurricanes, but this was not a hurricane. This was a flood, so they didn't do anything.
It's whatever they wanted it to be.
Yeah. So, well, I've heard of people say that they had flood insurance, and then it's not a flood, it's an act of God. So they didn't get anything either.
You have act of God insurance.
Yeah, act of God insurance. If you're hit by a train in the middle of the lake, you might get covered. I don't know. But so we're still waiting on FEMA, and we're hoping to get enough from FEMA to hopefully pay off this mortgage so we can start over. I am blessed enough that my family has other land on up the road that we can build a new place on, because that's one thing. That's one of the first things my son said here is, we don't have to live there again, do we, Dad? I said, no, son, we'll make other plans.
So y'all had the river in front of your house and the river behind your, at one point the whole thing was a river.
It was, as high as the sidings tore off there, that's how deep the water was through this whole area. So it was totally swallowed the house. So it's a wonder. We can't believe it stood. So it was just a blessing that there would be something to salvage, that it stayed in place. So.
Well, folks, if this is what's happening up here. We're up in Avery County. This is Elk Park. What is this?
Yeah, it's Elk Park.
Elk Park.
Our little community here has always been called Heaton.
Heaton?
Yeah.
So just, if you'd like to help or get involved, you can contact Deep River Farm, or you can contact me. And my email's in the description, and appreciate you watching.